Hello lovelies, how are we? Lesley, not quite enough knowing what day of the week it is, but that's not unusual. Hope everyone's okay, hope you're all well. Thank you for all your comments and thoughts on last week's vlog and previous episodes. So today is Tuesday, it's March the something or other, 12th? Yeah, that'll do. It was Mothering Sunday in the UK at the weekend, so I hope everyone who celebrates it enjoyed it. I was sort of working mostly on Saturday, and then Sunday was just a kind of low energy, low key kind of day here. Yeah, back at work. This morning I wasn't working, I went to my father's house, met with my eldest sister, and we were sorting out a few bits and pieces, and there were some things to be donated to the local hospice charity shop. They have one of these big kind of furniture places, and there were things that we could donate, so took them along there. They don't only have furniture in this shop, they also had some baskets by the door. With bargains in. I have no excuse for this. I have absolutely no reason to buy anything, even though 7 balls of Barocco Comfort sock was £10 for the whole lot, so it's an absolute bargain. I still have no reason to buy this yarn. You know, that might only have been £2.50, but I still have no reason. But I did. I like to think I was just doing my bit for the hospice. You know, always a good cause, always happy to support. Oh goodness me. Yes, so what else are we up to? Yeah, it's all been a bit low energy, low key. Don't know if it's like post-viral from when I had the COVID a couple of weeks ago, but I have been feeling very sort of tired. And, you know, there's been lots of stuff going on, so it's not surprising that the body just says, you need to rest now. So I've been doing that, so a fair amount of sleeping and cuddling the dog. What's not to like? So that's up to Tuesday, and I'll catch up with you later in the week. Cheers. Hello lovelies. Got a little FO, which I wasn't expecting. Partly because I didn't take another project with me when I knew I was going to be spending time in the car yesterday, so I finished the project that was in the car. This was a cowl that I started last summer. Some of you who were watching back then may remember that I had a cake of very, very fine, like thread weight silk, which I had mistakenly taken out of its skein and put into a cake when I first got it many years ago. I mean, this is some of the oldest stuff in the stash. And when I tried to use it, it had knotted itself. So I saved what I could, and at the time offered it, said, would anyone like to untangle this, because you can have it. And it went to its new home. I don't know if it's untangled yet, but I hope it's bringing you entertainment. But with what was left, I thought I would make a cowl, because it is a pretty yarn and it is 100% silk, so it feels beautiful. And I have finished a cowl. Now the yarn is slightly tonal. I'm not sure how well that will show up on the camera, but I just did a very simple UK terminology, trebles and then a sort of cluster. Did it until I ran out of yarn, and then joined into a loop. So I made a little cowl, do excuse my phone, which I think will be quite a useful thing. It's not too bright for work, and will just add a bit of colour when I'm wearing my darks. So I actually ended up using about 1100 metres, but I was using 4 strands held together on a 3mm hook, because this yarn, like I say, it was like sewing thread in weight. So very, very fine, very pretty. I would never buy yarn like that again, but I'm pleased with this cowl. So a little faux. Cheers. Watching Barbara from Flame and Fibre last week, she was saying that her poinsettias are still in good health and in bloom, and you could see them behind her, and lovely to see them. My Christmas cactus is confused. It's halfway through Lent, and this plant seems to think it's Advent. I'm not complaining, it's very pretty, just a bit odd. Hello lovelies. The inevitable has happened. Picked up all this comfort sock yarn on Tuesday. It's now Thursday, and I've started making something. I think it's going to be a cardigan. Well, that's what I think it is. That's what I'm planning. So the intention is that it will be a cardigan. And despite the fact that I have 7 balls of this, judging from the sweater pattern that I'm basing the cardigan on, yes, I know, which is a free pattern from Hobby called the Sparkling Rainbow Jumper, I may not have, you know what's coming, quite enough yarn. But I think I will be okay because the pattern has quite, the sleeves go straight and then come into a cuff. As we know, I like a tapered sleeve, so tapering will happen. So obviously that will be using less yarn. Also, those sleeves are quite long, whereas I tend not to make mine. This is an exception because that kind of comes to here. But I tend to make them cuff length. So I do have some other yarn that I think would work with this if needed. But I'd quite like to make this all in the same yarn, even for no other reason than novelty. So we'll see how we go on this one. All details will follow on the month-end podcast when I will have done a little more, and I'll talk you through my plans in greater detail. But when is the month end this month? It is the 30th and 31st are the Saturday and Sunday, so that's when I will be doing the month end podcast with all of the crafty goodness. But I've got 3 rows done so far, so I'll be making this as a crochet project. I had thought about making a recalibrate like the Advent sweater I made, only making that a cardigan and making it in crochet. But I thought I would take this crochet sweater pattern and make that a cardigan instead. I think it will do the same job. I'm wittering now, and I shall stop wittering. And I shall bid you all a very happy week and say thank you for being here. Thanks for all your comments and thoughts. And take very good care of yourselves. See you next week. Thanks a lot. Bye-bye.